That's me. That's me. Definitely like that.
Some of it is music.
Is it?
And got the game show music on.
Quite cool, actually. You've got like a sunspot on your shoulder, Andy.
Good morning! 2021, here we are with you on Sunday, 10 a.m. on the 3rd of October. How are we doing, gentlemen? Everybody okay? Everyone surviving so far?
Yeah, fine.
Andy's flagging, look. Definitely.
Must admit, welcome to my thoughts. Do I feel refreshed and ready to go? I thought.
It literally is like day 2 at some large model shows like Telford and that, isn't it?
Yeah.
You put everything into the Saturday and it's really fizzy, and then because usually we do have a few beverages and a meal on a Saturday night, and then you come in the next morning and everyone's hanging, walking around like this. Got to do it all again.
We did say last night, didn't we? It's how tired we all were last night. It's all like, yeah, how much it takes out of you just doing this. No man, a model show.
Yes, it's all that smiling. Teeth and Tarquins things, that's isn't it? Anyway, we doing all right, Nathan? How are you?
I'm good. Obviously, yeah. Like Andy says, it's hard work, but we enjoy it, don't we?
Yes, because we are gluttons for punishment, definitely.
We're quite lucky because Pramdit's going to come on this afternoon. He's going to take over. We can all just sit back for an hour and go, oh.
Have a nod off. Definitely. And John, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. Fit and raring to go.
See, look, see, at least one of us is all there. Look at him. He's like busted at the seams, like a little ferret ready to go.
Yeah.
That's the cider from last night, isn't it? It's magic cider.
Definitely. And Matt, all good?
Yeah, no, I'm fine actually. Yeah, no, I'm all right.
And is that sunshine I can see reflecting in the thing behind you?
Yeah.
In the cabinet?
No,
Oh, it's a light. Forget that.
Actually, to say what, it is lovely today. Yeah, sun's out and it does look nice out of my door at the end. So
Yes, after yesterday's weather, I must admit it's beautiful here. Blue skies, nice and warm. So definitely.
yeah,
Good job. Trust you're all doing well over in live chat, in the Flory family chat. Everyone's in there, nice and early. David's up very early, or has he just not been to sleep?
I think he's having stay awake scotch, so that suggests he's just fighting sleep and stay
Right,
up.
he's just going for a marathon. It's like the Clockwork Orange. He's there like this.
We're tired. We're tired. People in the States must be absolutely shattered.
Definitely. And David, where are you that it's very cold? That's
it's
the question.
It's Northern Ireland, isn't it? I think.
Oh, is he? Is it cold up there? Oh, that's it. Winter's coming.
You can tell me what the weather
Thank
here is
you.
going to be like in about an hour's time.
Normally, yeah, it comes across, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, David hasn't been to sleep yet. Crikey. Talk about going for it. Apparently it's rubbish in Portsmouth. Not nice at all.
What in general or the weather?
yeah. Just the area.
Oh no, sorry, he's in Kent. Sorry, David.
Oh, right, okay.
So the
Very
weather's
nice.
a bit-
And good morning as well to everybody who's in YouTube land on YouTube chat. Nice to see you all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed again for round 2 of this one. That's it. For getting to sleep when it's model time, definitely. Day 3, Big Flory House, definitely. It is. So plan of action this morning is literally like we normally do on a Saturday morning, if you join Ian, Matt and the guys as well, is relaxed, chill out, modelling. I'm going to carry on with my lightning in a minute. So hopefully we'll be finishing off this little lady by weathering it a bit more, because last time we did like the wash weathering and everything else. I might, if I get a bit of time as well, do a little bit more to the Vulcans. I've got to do the underside to that one, so we'll be working on that one as we make our way through. We've got Pranjit on with you this afternoon as well from 2 o'clock. I've spoken to him already and he's all lined up, raring to go. So if you've got questions for Airfix and that, he's going to do a little bit of a presentation. We're going to have a chat and then you can ask him questions afterwards. He hasn't told me how long he's staying on for, so we might just keep him going till the end, till 5. Get our money's worth out of him.
3-hour Airfix.
Yeah, 3-hour epic. But knowing Pranjit, he'd be happy with that. He doesn't mind. He'll go literally. He's like the Energizer Bunny. He'll go on forever. And so that's all good, definitely. Don't forget, we have got our various things going on the site. That's the part of the reason we're all here, is we got some specials going on for us. So this is our sort of today. We're doing Sunday, so we're going to be going 10 a.m. till midday, and then we'll be back obviously with the Airfix in the afternoon from 2 till 5 down in there. And then, sorry, wrong one. PM is doing 10% off all kits.
Can I just say,
go on.
Snips and 69 scrapers have been reloaded.
Right, okay, so that's in
So the
tools.
Trumpy Snips and the 69 scrapers have been reloaded this morning. They were ordered. They'll be here sort of Tuesday next week. So if you want to grab them
That's it.
with something else, you can.
So they're down in here. So these are the scrapers that I use, most of the team use as well, which is these ones along here.
And then just a thing on the other 2 scrapers, they will definitely be in, probably not next week, week after, 100%.
Right.
So
cool.
They're ordered as well.
Very
Obviously,
nice.
come
But
from
as I say,
different
all your tools, all your bits and pieces are down in there like that. As I say, PM is doing 10% off all kits, but also it's got its special offers page.
Yeah.
Which is well down in here. So if you fancy any of these are already discounted, so there's not 10% on top of this because they've been done already, so it all gets applied directly. All right, so we've got all your various special bits down in there as well, so some extra discounts as well for you. Obviously on the Flory store as well, massively one. To be honest, you've ripped through my stock, something horrendous. So what you see on here is literally what I'm going to have left, because I need to make up more sets and stuff like that, which I can do, but it will take me probably 2 or 3 days to get all these orders out on top. So if you want to grab these at the price, grab them now. Like 10 pack of sanders, you've literally gone right the way through. We've only got 21 left. Same with the starter sets as well. All the other sanders are at a £5, which is a good deal. Obviously the washers as well, massively on that one. So obviously it's like £10 off for the set, which is already discounted in the first place. All normal washers as well, £4.80, 25% off of all washes. Pigment sets sold out. Can't guarantee it because I can't work out how many of these I'm going to need to make up sets. So unfortunately they are sold out now, but individuals will still be available, but literally just to the numbers that are saying on the screen as well. So if you want to grab anything, grab it now, shall we say, before it all literally sells out, and that will be it. And then hopefully by the end of next week I'll get it restocked and ready to go again. If you are in Europe, don't forget our friends over at Serious Hobbies are doing 15% off flat rate on all the Flory models range as well, so you can just pop over to them and they've got all the bits and pieces. It all gets added at the checkout at the end, and the same goes as well for Brett over at High Altitude Hobbies. He's got one as well. The discount is taken away, so if you're in the US you can buy directly from Brett as well to get all your Flory models products down in there, as we see right the way through. Not forgetting as well, we want to see your work as well. So if you've got anything you want to share with us, pictures of your work, various bits and pieces like that, please just hashtag us official Flory models on Instagram, and that way it'll make it over to here and we can showcase your work and have a look at it online with everybody else watching as well. So if you want to showcase a bit of your work, just hashtag us Flory models, official Flory models, because apparently there's another one, and there's another one called Wash, and there's about 10 others, but I don't know how to get into them. So but I do know this one. So if you want to pop your work up, then obviously we can show your guys' work. Fantastic.
Phil, this way, can you just go back to the specials bit a sec?
Sorry, I've done it now. I can't go back because hold on. Specials, yes.
Right, just about to say that the Zucchimori stuff that we've got up. I know Zucchimori kits are expensive, but they are very, very good. And those prices that we've got up are very, very good prices. I don't think you'll find them any cheaper anywhere on the internet of anyone that's got them in stock. And it's a one-time thing only. I mean, the Phantoms we've reviewed and talked about quite a lot, haven't we? But they are good price, really good prices. We have sold some.
Is he on commission?
I don't know. I think
Is he?
I think
I'll take it.
I think he done a secret deal with Zucchimori we don't know about.
he spoke to Gary Henry this morning.
Yeah, clearly, I think Gary's butted him up with some cash in his back pocket. The only thing I will say, I didn't realise the Sky Raider comes with a weapon set now.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it is slightly more expensive than the other original one.
Yeah.
But yeah, it comes with all the weapons now. So yeah.
Yeah,
Fully
right, 'cause
loaded.
that used to be extra, wasn't it, on top? And it was quite a bit of money extra. So,
Yeah.
Oh, it's bad.
They are very, very good kits.
there we go. So, whatever he's getting out of Gary, I want some as well.
We all want to cut now. Gary.
So anyway, that's at the PM store. Don't forget, guys, the links are down below the show notes on all the pages of various things. So if you need to get anywhere, you can just click and go just like that. And Matt has got something big and brown in his hand. And it's not like when he was 5. He's got...
Oh,
So I forgot about yesterday, with these sort of the kit. Well, it's not even a kit; it's sort of ready-made, for a paint mule or weathering or whatever.
Mhm.
That's what we're on about. So there you go. It's a Panzer, should I say? It's a Panzer. And the only, it's got no, it is what it is. It's for wargaming or stuff like that. I think they're about a £5. So if you do, they do a Sherman and a few other bits and bobs. So again, if you go over to Tiger Hobbies on Gary's site, he sells them along with some of the figures. Again, it's just something to play with. If you want to practice camo, airbrushing, weathering, chipping, whatever.
Yeah.
You could do that for the Greebly group build and scratch build the interior and everything.
Yeah, look, you could put stuff on it.
There's an idea for you, Matt.
It is what it is, isn't it? But again, it's just a cheap thing to play with, isn't it?
Yes.
So yes, that's what was on
We
about.
were saying, really, for practice bits, they're great. It's like it's just a ready-made buster.
Yeah.
How much are they? Do we know?
At a £5, £6, something
There
like
you
that.
go. So that's a bargain, really, isn't it? So
Yeah, they're not very expensive, really. So just to practice on, it's perfect.
tell you what, that's the type of thing that if they did an aircraft version, do they do an aircraft? That'd be
No.
great for training. When we do the training and the
Yes.
airbrush courses and that, you just give the client those. Instead of spraying on their own work, you can use those. That's a good idea, I think, for maybe in the future.
Yeah. That type of kit is normally for wargaming, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's 32nd scale. It's good.
I'd like to see the wargaming table with them on it.
Yeah,
It's
massive,
big, wouldn't it? Be full-on big battlefield. Because look at this. Obviously, my little. That's 35th.
Hmm.
You can see the size difference. Obviously, I know that's like a multi-8 to that, but I know a 35th one of them is definitely
Yeah.
a bit smaller, shall we say. It goes with the old Airfix figures. Remember when you used to get the
Yeah.
styrene 30-second figures, and I think Xbox did some as well, didn't they, back in the day? And yeah, they go with that.
You'd have to do war game in the
German.
car park outside the venue at that scale, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Especially football.
Yeah, do you know, that's what I was just going to say, is that how big would your gaming table be to have that lot on it?
It'd be full on like assembly hall, wouldn't it? In school or something.
I think that they must use like a basketball court or netball court, the sports hall.
I don't know. But anyway, like I said, they're what they are.
I mean, I've seen wargaming tables that are the size of sports halls for 72nd.
Do you know what, if you muddied up the tracks like really, really heavily, because the tracks are obviously the weak spot on the wheels,
Yeah.
you could just about get away with it.
I mean, it's not hard either. We obviously this bit's missing, just a plastic card a bit.
Yeah, you could put
It's
a
only
couple
like
down the front, down
It's
the
only
back.
like a V shape underneath, so you didn't need to fill all this in. You could do something with it. Like I say, it is very simplified, obviously on the wheels and the tracks and stuff.
David says about you'd use your back garden like you did as kids, and set fire to it.
Fireworks, isn't it?
That nice
Fireworks,
black smoke as the plastic's burning.
Soil bombs and everything.
Shoot it with the air rifle.
Yeah, that's it. Shooting it with the air rifle, which doubles up as a cannon.
Yeah.
Definitely. Anyway, good job. So that's the plan of action for today. As I say, we've got FX coming on this afternoon. This morning, we're all going to be doing a little bit of work and various things. So, Andy, what are you working on? Talk us through what you're doing. You carrying on with your little tank?
Yes, I'm going to carry on doing my fair.
It's a lovely colour.
For the brown. That's finished.
It's a lovely mahogany colour. I think it
Mahogany
just
colour,
needs a
exactly,
polish.
Now, the plan, the overall plan is that is going to be painted green,
Yes.
chip back so that it chips through to the brown, and then once that's done, then whether hairspray, I don't know whether they use hairspray or actually proper chipping fluid, to be honest with you, on the main body, and then it has the Egyptian sand on it, chip back again, so that it's like 3 chips on, all together. See all different colours on it, because it's going to be really, really weathered.
Oh. Can we get that live? Can we play that in slow-mo?
We're working on the wheels over the past couple of days, just getting them right. And also then the tyres. Yesterday I was like sanding the tyres down because I don't want any tread on the actual tyres because it's going to be really worn and they do wear out on the tread. And the tyres then just push on once they're painted, which is quite nice actually. Saves having to mess around painting all the tyres when they're all built together, which you normally do. But yes, it's coming on. It's a nice kit, especially when it's not broken.
Yeah, that's the trouble with them stands. It's happened to me a few times, that. See, look at that lovely detail.
Put that back in there. Yeah, the gun is really, 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 really detailed. But then once that goes on top,
yeah, you can't see it. Brilliant.
No.
Have you got the tarp as well that goes over it, the little cover?
The tarp is all rolled up that goes on the back.
Oh, is it? I didn't know if they had one that extended out as well.
It's all rolled up so it goes over the back on the top of the basket that catches the ejected shells.
Nice.
Which I never actually realised until I was building, which is good. I think it's a good thing about the hobby, that you learn new things about things that you thought you knew about, but then it's like when you actually build them, it's like it brings it all into life. But the actual chute goes through the centre of the gun and comes out the back of the turret into a big basket and catches the ejected brass.
Right.
Quite cool, actually.
Cool.
That works.
Very
I
good.
just started working on the shells, loads and loads of them.
Yes.
But as Matt suggested, I'm going to paint them on the sprue.
Yes, definitely think it would be quicker.
Yeah.
What make is it? What's the kit manufacturer?
It's actually it's a Tacom kit. But this has been reboxed by Hobby 2000. So, but it's a Tacom kit, and say in the kit you get the tracks are like that.
Yeah.
Which each one's got 2 ejection pin marks on it.
Nice.
So, so they end up.
a little email off to the Ukraine.
So yeah, I've been knackered today. But then I ended up buying the pre-built metal ones, which will save a lot of time. Need to burnish them and then weather them.
I don't know how the people do it all day.
What, making tracks?
Yeah.
Well, it's a lot.
It's one of the things. I think it depends. I mean, you can buy. Obviously, we sell track jigs for doing it, which are handy. Matt's found out that they're only right-handed, not left-handed, aren't you, Matt?
Yeah.
which is strange. I never thought
It's a
about it.
fatal flaw that they just for right-handed people.
Yeah.
That's just.
But I generally just put like a strip of Tamiya tape down, 18mm Tamiya tape, then like turn on its end so it sticks to the table, and then like lay all the tracks down, and then carefully just like dob them with a bit of extra thin. And then so like when they're started to set, you can sort of, then ply them and move them around, or do them in sections, so that you can sort of like ply them and move them around, and then join them in sections together. But it is a time-consuming thing. I think the worst thing is for me is it's the clean-up rather than the actual building of them. Like I said, these have all got 2 ejection pin marks on them, and it's just a proper. It's fair, you probably would never even notice. You wouldn't even see them when you know you would. No, it's that's the annoying thing.
Fine. Be cool. Right, John, what are you doing?
I'm going to be. I'll change cameras a minute. I'm going to be working on my hind.
Nice.
So I got the cockpit and I got a PE detail set for it by NH Detail. So I'm going to start working on that this morning. So I hope you've got your beeper button ready, because there's a lot of swearing and cursing today, I think.
Sure, I
Some of
think I
this
have
is really
somewhere. Hold
tiny.
on. I have got a beep somewhere. I can't remember. Oh, there you go. I do. It works.
You might be using that a lot this morning.
I've got all your ones here. Look, we've got your harp
I can't hear it, can we?
to go along with it as well.
Just let people know we can't actually hear those sounds.
I know,
No.
it's good, isn't it? It keeps them on their toes.
But that's what I'm going to be doing this morning.
Very nice, very, very nice. And, hold on, I've got to put my thing back now. I'm in sound mode. Nathan, what are you doing?
I am going to be working on my Dornier 217, not 17. I'll
Yes.
finish off. I've done some sprue going last night, so get that sanded. Build the cockpit up this afternoon, morning, whatever time it is where you are. But I have had to go the template route on that curved panel on the top, so couldn't do it. I just could not get a decent curve on there. So that's what I'm going to be doing this morning.
Cool, very nice. And Matt?
I'm going to be sitting here drinking iron brew.
I am brew again.
Do you think that's becoming a bit of an addiction?
Well, iron brew, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be having it injected soon. To be honest, I don't know what I'm doing this morning. I've not quite decided. So I've got my Conrad Fuller build here. Look,
Nice.
nice off the ground, by the way. I might carry on with that. I need to do like Andy with Israel, chipping fluid and stuff, but I need to add a few more rusty coats to it. So I might be moving over to do some spraying this morning. I'll see how I feel. I don't know yet. I'm not quite 100% decided. So, I'll figure something out while I'm sat here.
Cool, very, very nice. And then obviously I'm going to be working on the Lightning. So we're going to be doing a little bit of weathering on that one. As I said, it's not going to get a ton of it because it's supposed to be quite shiny at the end of the day. If I change my camera, hopefully. So yeah, this is supposed to be quite shiny. But we're going to do a little bit of weathering to it. So we're going to use a little bit of oils on this one. And then obviously we'll get the gear doors onto it all. We'll get all the little bits attached, unmasked. We'll get the finally, I'll get it unmasked, then I'll put the deck all around the glass work and stuff like that as well. So that's the plan for that one. And then obviously guys, if you've got any questions, things like that, post them up. As we see them, we will read them out.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd
Sure,
say,
I'll
Matt,
watch.
you should be on 50-50 Iron Brew and Lucasade.
Run out of Lucasade.
Oh.
Yeah.
I
He
haven't
only
thought.
drinks Lucasade before he goes to bed.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Wonders why he can't sleep.
I did that the other day, to be honest. Leslie bought me some Lucasade when I weren't feeling great, and I did have a bottle, and then I tried to get to sleep.
Then he's buzzing.
Not good.
Right.
I'm sure my wife's trying to kill me off because she came up and shut the door to my room and then turned the heating on.
Trying to pickle him.
Yeah, crikey.
Right. So
Going to chat mode.
just making sure I've got all my doors still. I've been building this kit for the last sort of 6 months, so it's okay.
Papa Mark, we get our Sector 35 tracks from a. Whereabouts are they, Matt? Where are they based?
Ukraine, I think.
Ukraine, yeah, Ukrainian company. They're actually called, weirdly enough, PM Models.
Do you get them to ship it to PM Models as well?
Yeah.
It's the small-known subsidiary company that you've got over in Eastern Europe, isn't it?
It's not PM Models, it's actually called PM Store.
Yeah.
It's a www.plastic-models-store.com. They're not cheap. They definitely are not cheap. They're
Yeah.
you're looking at 50 odd quid.
Yeah.
So probably more expensive than the kit that you're building.
That's 50 odd quid a length, not 2.
Yeah, right. Yeah. But when you think that somebody has probably sat there for a day or so putting things together for you.
some little 6-year-old kid.
Yeah.
To be honest, I don't mind like full tracks and stuff. I don't mind the like King Tiger tracks and the bigger chunkier, like T55s, because they're nice. But when you're getting down to like Panzer 1 tracks and Panzer 2, the trouble is you end up bending them because they all need cleaning and drilling and pinning, and they're a nightmare not to just bend them out of shape. That's the problem I've sort of have, because I'm probably a bit heavy-handed, to be honest. But yeah.
Marcus in Sweden saying, do we have the Zucchimori HE219?
No, they discontinued it.
When you say we, as in the store, no. You say me. Yeah.
You've got
you
that
got-
beast.
Eh?
You've got
You
the
got-
beast.
If you want a 219, seriously, build the Revell one. It's a lot simpler and a lot quicker.
Yeah, true.
That's
Yeah,
it.
and it comes out as nice. Kate, you've done the 219, haven't you?
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, it's come out all right. It's not, you
Yeah.
know, it's all right.
Yeah.
Just need a pallet to take it to model show.
Just it's never been to a model show because I don't know how to get it there in one piece.
Yeah.
Trouble is as well, it's a bit spindly on its undercarriage because they're quite high, and then obviously you've got the radar sticking out the front and the radar sticking out the rear. So yeah, it's
Yeah, I think, the only thing really you need to, a bit of tighten up in the cockpit and some
seat belts.
aftermarket aerials for it.
Yeah.
You know, they did the Sakimura did that Henschel HS129, was it?
That's what we're on about, John.
Not about
No,
the
you're on about the
Uber.
219, aren't you?
You're on about the ground attack thing, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm on about the Henschel.
Oh,
Yeah,
the-
one then as well.
Did they ever do the big tank buster one with a massive cannon underneath?
That was the second one they were going to bring out, wasn't it?
They haven't done it, I don't think.
I think it's probably one of those things like COVID has probably trimmed down their release schedule a little bit. I don't know.
I think they concentrate on Phantoms, aren't they?
It was at Telford, wasn't it, 2 years ago?
It was, yeah. I mean, they've had 3D printed, very sort of outliney Wolf 190s on their table for a while. A very sort of just outlined, sketchy shape of a 190. So that's coming from them. But I just want someone to do a 109 in that, like, Tamiya. Come on, Tamiya. The
Phil,
Henschel-
what metal colour did you use on your Lightning?
Me, this is literally just aluminium, I think. It was AK 479 aluminium.
Extreme metal, isn't it?
Or aluminum, as our colleagues
Yeah,
call it.
AK Extreme Metal Aluminium.
Yeah.
I think if you want to do Yoo-Hoo, you get the Tamiya one. 48th one.
Good kit that is, and it comes with nose weight.
Dennis is saying, what would be the best way to attach resin Zimmerit to 1/16th scale Panther? I'm thinking of super thin CA glue.
No,
Yeah,
I would
well,
use
the
an
only way you can do it, isn't
epoxy.
it?
Well, I'd use an epoxy. You got a bit more wiggle time with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
Put super glue on, it's on.
Yeah,
wherever
if
you
it
get
grips
on, isn't it?
instantly and you haven't got it in
Yes.
the right spot, it's a bit of a bugger to try and get it
Yeah, I
off. 'cause
suppose
it's
even,
gonna snap.
especially
You know
super
what I
thin.
actually use? White glue,
Yeah,
What,
PVA.
with resin.
PVA, or like what's it called? This, crystal clear or something.
As long as you put glue over the whole of the back, it's quite a strong bond, isn't it?
Mm.
Yeah, because then you've got time to, like say, manoeuvre it around, wiggle it, and then it won't come off. And you can always sort of seal it in on the edges with a bit of super glue or something. So, or I tell you what, would do it as well. Varnish. If you could get a slower, drier varnish,
Yeah.
Yeah, future.
that acts as a good glue. 2-pack lacquer, that'd be good, wouldn't it?
What, like a 10-minute bite time on it? Before it starts to set.
Well, yeah, it would though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, would it work? Yeah, I think I've never thought of doing that, but it would work.
Not that I recommend using 2-pack lacquer, but obviously it would actually work that.
Hmm.
Because you've got a drying time, and when it dries, it's hard. It's not coming off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite nice. It's got the resin hardener, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Definitely something with wiggle time.
Yes.
Josh says, just bought the 7-second CMR Spitfire TR9 off eBay.
Yeah.
Has anyone built one and what are they like?
The resin thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I've not built one.
They're nice kits. From what I've heard, I've never heard anyone say a bad thing about them.
What's that?
The Checkmaster resin Spitfires.
Oh yeah.
I've never heard anyone say a bad thing about them. They've just got the usual difficulties of working with resin.
Yeah.
Which is like, what glue you're going to use.
Yeah.
I think it's getting right. Like you need 2-part epoxy, don't you? Really.
That,
Yeah.
And
You can get that.
Andy's favourite stuff in it because you love the smell of that.
I hate the stuff that I've given to you, but I've got some
This stuff.
yeah, that smells horrible. I've got some HPH stuff, 2-part epoxy, and that doesn't smell at all. Not like that does, I know, that's just horrible.
It's not nice.
Matt asked if I'd got any, and yeah, he can have it, because every time I used to open my toolbox that it was in, it made me feel sick. Just the whiff coming out.
It stinks.
Nice at all.
It does smell. I'll give you that.
Jason says, have you guys seen the new 30-second Saab Vegan?
Yeah, I've seen it online.
Yeah.
I mean, the Saab Biggin is kind of on my sort of radar for the Nordic SIG next year.
Yeah.
Perhaps not in 32 though. You need to sell a kidney to get that kit, I think.
No, I shall be building. I've got a couple of Saabs on the agenda next year
Yeah.
for the Nordic and the 70s.
I think it's just that, it's that camo scheme, isn't it? It's like, I want to do that camo scheme with the green.
Black. A very interesting question to Andy. What is the AK lacquer paint like for chipping? Tried it with Attacker and it's too hard. And I've got to agree with him with Attacker because I tried it and it is hard to chip even straight after it's gone off. I've not tried it yet. I don't think with AK. I don't know.
The AK is hard to do. To be fair, I put plenty. I've been using hairspray, and if you do use hairspray, just use a cheap one that hasn't got any hold in it. Yeah, because if you use a waterproof one, obviously it doesn't work because you need to get the water through to chip it off. So just cheap value hairspray is best. I put more than I would normally down, so like 3 or 4 coats on it, so there's plenty of hairspray underneath it. Sprayed it on, and literally as the paint had just gone off, then I started chipping it. If you leave it sort of like 5 minutes too long, it's a proper pain in the backside to get off. I did start using, where's it gone? Which was John's idea, a fiberglass pencil. Where's it gone? That's it. One of these things, which does work. Again, just dip it in water, take most of the water off, and so like use it, and it does seem to scratch it down quite nicely. But if you get the timing right, and it does work with just a normal brush and water. If it's a fairly stiffish brush, I was like literally doing 2 wheels at a time, and then just like chipping them back, and then going to another 2 wheels.
You've just hit nail on the head. Do it in sections.
Yeah. I
think if I'm doing this, and I'm not going to fully chip this, but it's obviously I'm going to chip round the top.
Yeah.
But I'll cover it all in chipping fluid, but I will just spray the top.
Yeah, and then one side of the turret bit, and then another side of the turret bit. Yeah.
The back, or all the things on the back, or whatever I'm going to chip, and I'm just going to do it in sections instead of one go, and then try and chip it all in one past.
Yeah.
I think it's just easier to break it down. But I reckon, with the attacker stuff, it does chip. But I think because it's satin and not matte, I think the satin additive in it makes it a lot harder than I'd say, like Tamiya obviously dries dead flat, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Which I find brilliant for chipping with lacquer thinners. It just, So I can't think of AK because that dries flat on the arm and stuff. So I don't know why that don't chip easy as well. But
Yeah. Well, the first ones I did with rapid thinners. And the second lot I did with leveling thinners.
right,
It definitely seemed easier to chip with leveling thinners than it did with rapid thinners.
right.
Gave you a lot more work time.
I think I used because I did it on not that I used things, but on that door that I was showing yesterday that I chipped. I used Tamiya paint, but I think I just used the normal model, the blue, the mid one, shall we say, and that chipped absolutely fine. So.
Because the easiest ones to do are acrylics, but the problem with acrylics is the peel rather than
Oh no, I can't do acrylic.
rather than actually chip.
They don't chip. It's not right. Like I say, the latex in it just peels it back. It's just don't look good to me. So, I think probably out of the acrylic, you might get away with doing a whitewash and do it. But again, it's yeah.
Roger says, I like what Phil is doing. I left mine pristine. Might have a go now with oils.
Yeah, the great thing with it is if you don't like it, you can literally just wash this off and go again. But I think it, as I say, you can just give it a little bit of extra depth, just give it a bit of life. And if you don't like it, you can literally just buff it back because it won't stick to this because this is over a gloss. That's why it takes a bit to sort of get it to rub in. So these ones under here, which look really strong at the moment, will just, as I say, if you come in with anything more than a soft brush, you'll just wipe it clean off. But you can fade them back and sort of blend them. And that's what we'll do in a minute. We'll go around and blend everything just to knock it back. But what it works beautifully, if you can see it, but it's this thing of, the camera actually hates this, but because it's over metal, it gives it that sort of heated look and grimy look on aluminium and that type of thing without it being too strong. But things like you can do very faint sort of, staining off of the wings and various things. But again, if you find it's just a little bit strong, you can just pop in with a brush and just give it a light rub, but make sure it's a nice soft brush because otherwise it literally will wipe off. So that's why you might have seen occasionally I wipe it with my finger. That's because it's just way too strong. But it is quite
Gareth said,
nice
sorry,
tool.
Gareth says, anyone heard from Gordon? He sounded in a bad place last night.
Gordon in.
No, don't know about that. I must admit I wasn't on chat too much.
No.
I was concentrating on the quiz.
Yeah, I missed that one. Oh, Tsukimura are doing a 132 109G.
They could do a re-release in their one you've got and it.
What's that one? Sorry.
I bet it's a G6.
No, the Focke-Wulf, the long wing one. 152.
yeah.
Oh, the
152.
TA 152.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's my phone? No, Tsukimura are doing a G.
Dean
What's
says,
that?
one question about Phil's 30-second Tamiya Spitty. Did he weather it with oils after the original build? What do you mean, like last week?
Yes. You mean this one? So yeah, what it is that I was having a bit of a, I think they call it Baker's Day in it.
Yeah.
So I couldn't do anything because of the roadworks out the front, and I can't film and I can't, do anything like that. So I ended up just getting this Spitfire out. Bearing in mind I built it over 10 years ago. We just completely re-weathered it. I just wanted to have a play off camera, just to have a see what works and everything else like that. So this had literally the same as what we did to the Vulcan yesterday. It's exactly the same technique. So it's just buff wash and dirt wash. And just obviously on this one it's a lot heavier because of its scale, because it's 30-second, just put it on a lot heavier. Obviously the Vulcan, because it's 70-second, you can't put it on that heavy because it will be too strong. So but yeah, we just literally did that to it. So but yes, Very nice it was too. And I played with it underneath. So again, that side got it, that side isn't. That's how it used to be, because I haven't done that side, but that side got it. And then obviously top side. So the plan is I'll actually do it to the Rebel one as well. Yes, that's the plan for it. But it's quite nice, like I've said before. Every now and again, it's really nice just to sit chilly. No work, you get your buster out and just have a play. Because sometimes, like I said, you are so paranoid about breaking or ruining your model you work on that it's nice to actually have a go at something that doesn't matter, and you can just test things and see how it works. But again, it's oil, so the nice thing is you just wipe it off and start again. So, yes.
Fungus setter. What is I've used Mr. Colour over hairspray and chipping using leveling thinner. Harsh, but it works with practice. Water won't touch Mr. Colour, I find. That's using that, because sometimes you have to sort of like break the surface a bit with something for it to get underneath the paint to the hairspray or chipping fluid, whatever you're using. And once you've got like a bit of a hole, it does sort of seem to make it work, but.
So if I just show on here, hopefully you guys will see. So all I've basically done is I've just used a bit of 502 smoke, right? And then if you put it onto a bit of cardboard, this just helps take the oil out of it, because you don't want to be putting this on wet, because this is over a gloss coat, it just streaks off. So all you do, you just grab a bit on your brush and then dry brush it sort of off. But what you're trying to do is get it to dry on the brush, and you don't want to load up your brush too much. So you just keep going at this until it's basically all faded off. So, but the great thing about doing it on cardboard like this, it keeps the bristles really sharp. So it stops it from going too far everywhere you don't want it. Then you just come along to your model, and then literally, it was just this thing, you're just gently wiping it down. And again, to start with, it will be too strong. And you can just put a little bit down, and away you go. And you're just going to literally lightly do. And after a while, when it's properly drying on the brush, you can start to really work it in, and that's all we've done down in here. So as you can see, we've done this area, and again, because it's metals on camera, it absolutely hates it, but that's not done yet. So that's how it was, and then obviously this is what we've done to it. So it works quite nicely, and it's a nice faint thing. And to be honest, on silver the camera just absolutely hates it, full stop. But you know, it is that thing, different angle might show it better, but clean.
Tell you what, Matt.
What?
They're not two words you Phil mentioned together a minute often, are they?
You what, sorry?
They're not two words you hear Phil mentioned together very often.
What's that?
Bristles and sharp.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with mine.
Yes.
I like to use my brushes to their full extent. Torture
You
them.
like to get your money's worth, Phil?
Eh?
I said you like to get your money's worth.
Well, this is it. I like to
Okay.
torture test my products.
Get every last drop out of that paintbrush.
Absolutely.
Right.
Did you figure out what colour to do your cockpit, Chris? So you were talking last night about whether it was black or grey or... Nathan, what colour do you remember chipmunk cockpits being?
Black.
Black on, yeah?
Black.
Oh, yeah, that's what I thought. But then some of the guys were showing pictures of grey ones, and
Oh, I just remember it being black and yeah, false memories though, I don't know. I just remember black and very chipped and worn.
yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, and vomit stained.
Yeah.
Yeah, getting there with
I
a
will.
bucket after each pupil.
Yeah. I'll never forget that air experience flight I did.
Did they do it on purpose to make you sick, or?
I wasn't sick on mine.
Oh, yeah.
The first flight I did, it was all very straight and level though. The second flight was a little bit more exciting. when the RAF rescue Sea King went underneath us, he sort of tipped it over so you could see it, and then he did a grass landing. Brilliant. Lovely.
Matt Bryan says, why do tank grab handles always ping out the tweezers to the carpet monster and there are never any spares? Matt, we've got just a tool for you in the tool section.
Yeah, we have.
I don't know if we've got any in stock on that, have we?
Probably not. What are you on about? The sticky things?
No, the jig thing for making...
Yeah, we got for making replacements.
Oh, right.
grab handle jig. I've done cockpit green for the sides and black for the internals. These have been serviced for so long, it's...
Yeah. They're from the late 40s, weren't it?
That's just funny you say that, and I have one. Cool.
I want to say 1949, if that's right or not.
He says, never vomited, I loved it. You have control, I have control. I say that to my wife every time we pass the remote control to each other for the telly. So you have control, and she said, I have control. Then what do you want to be? A fighter pilot, okay. Immediately pull a few G's.
About 1.5 G, and that's you're out. Still need to dig out my little book to find out which chipmunk actually flew in. No idea where it is.
Yeah, Tom, we can get a little, what is it called? Is it called a grab handle jig?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little plastic thing.
Basically, it's just like a little jig that you can bend.
You put your wire into it and then close it, and it makes handles.
Makes handles, doesn't it, mate?
Fork handles.
Can you do 4 at the same time?
Or candles.
Yeah, trumpeter handrail jig it's called. You can do 6 different sizes of handles. Only £6.99 in the tool section.
Go. Awesome. I might have to mute myself in a minute. Is this too loud? Is that loud?
That's not too bad, actually.
Is that bad?
Is that the really quiet TC610?
Yeah.
Just put your head down, Matt.
Hey?
Do that again.
What?
Put your head down.
That's a sketchy. Driving that, find it.
This has been...
Right, scrap that, mute yourself.
That's not loud. Alright, I'll mute myself, hold on. I can lean over my camera. Just to let everybody know, I am actually spraying now. AK Gen 3 acrylics. So, soon to be in the store near you. I can see top of John's head, look at that, I'm blinded.
I think John's just muted himself because he's effing and jeffing every 30 seconds. Photo etch hell. Alright.
The one we've got in stock's made by Trumpeter. We just post a link. That's a link to it, Tom.
So I think this build is one where I'm going to sprue glue the wonky lines, and leave it to dry for a good couple of days. Crack on with it. Wonder if I can still get a photo etch set for this. Doubt. There you go. What I've got in here is really thin sprue goo.
Yeah, for
The
some
problem
time.
I find with what Matt's doing now is that when you've then put your chipping fluid on and then put your next coat on, I can never remember where I've put the other colours down. If that makes sense.
I was on the hunt for where you put your
Yeah,
take photographs if you go and look back.
yeah.
Oh.
Chris says he's not building or painting right just now. He's had a few ales. His eyes are a bit dodgy. That's the best time to do it.
Yeah.
We do need to do a build one day where we're all a weekend build where we're all half leather.
That's what happened to me when
Drunk
I ended up doing
modelling.
the thingy, the Red Arrow's Hawk. I think I was a bit
If you
overzealous
do a
with the
cheap
wash.
kits rather than
Yeah. What I should be doing today is making a start on that Spitfire, shouldn't I?
there's one for Nathan. Anyone know any good 148 electric lighting lightning stencils and decals?
Oh,
Like the fair. I had loads at one time that I picked up from model shows, but
Wasn't it Hammond's Extra Deck all did loads for the Lightning, didn't they?
whether it's available now or not. That's a
And if
good
they're still
question.
going, Model Alliance did a load as well. I think that's
Yeah.
based on mine.
I'll dig out what I've got and I'll stash around and see what I can find for stencils. Like dog finger this wing yet. Sprue goo this, and that's enough scribing for today, I think.
David says I'm too knackered to build anything at the moment.
I'll have a look in a second, Adam, see what sets we've got stencils in, because they don't always. Some of the aftermarket sets might have stencils in it.
I don't know what's wrong with you, David. It's early morning there, surely. Should be full of the joys of.
Graveyard shift, though. So it must be really late.
It should be, yeah, but it should be bright-eyed and bushy-tailed if it's early morning. Might be 2 o'clock in the morning, but
Tell you what, I can't wait to get over to one of the IPMS Nationals over there. But I'll not be doing live broadcasts back to Flory HQ at 2 in the morning, that's for sure.
Adam can find markings on hands, but not stencils.
Yeah. Finishing my last bit of sprue goo in, and then I'm going to put the 217 to one side for this morning. Let's get the.
Yeah, it's nearly 3 o'clock in where David is.
2:53 a.m. My God. The witching hour, that really, isn't it? Hats off to you, because you do that every sort of time you do these shows, don't you?
Could be worse. It could be on the west coast, and then it'd be about midnight, wouldn't it?
I do fancy a trip to the States sooner rather than later. finish my car loan in February, and then I can start saving holidays again.
Dave said you had no effects from the pond water you were drinking last night, Phil.
No. I'm all okay. Keith didn't kill me.
A lot of my decals are going to be 72.
Dean says, "Hi Andy, we'll buy Flory products in Australia soon. You can buy them from us, but postages are a lot of money." Phil, Tony Knight says, away Phil, by asking how the search is going for distributor in Oz.
Well, again, it's this thing about postage costs. It's so expensive shipping stuff around, and I think people forget that the wash being liquid weighs an absolute ton. I had one go out to one of my stockists the other day, and it's 47 kilos to ship it, and it cost hundreds and hundreds to ship that. And that's 47 kilos of wash going out, and it's jumped right up.
On top of the product.
So, you know, it does have to all be factored in.
Drawn a blank on 48 scale stencils. Because all the sets I've got have just got the markings. Something's got a little bit of stencils in Arabic, but... That's a good question.
As I say, we did adjust the pricing for shipping from PM models to Australia. We fixed that last week, so it might be worth having another look, see how it works out. Stronger glasses.
King Kit Lightning 148.
Cambrian Bull says, I'd like to watch the Flory team get together and do a live Stomming challenge.
A what?
It's fermented herring.
Oh, that'll never work. I don't eat fish.
I'd be an off-bill if I eat fish.
I don't think anybody does.
So that's me and Phil out. These two can do it.
That'll be between them. I don't eat fish.
I'd have to have an EpiPen and a paramedic on standby if I had to.
Yeah, luckily I've dodged that bullet.
Yeah, a fish allergy. First time in my life I've been glad for it. Because that's the one that stinks, isn't it? So I saw.
Yeah, that's putrefied, rotten fish.
I think I was in Haarlem in the Netherlands, and there was a stall selling something really similar, looked like a Dutch version of stinky fish. Was that me getting? I don't know. It might have been the Scandinavian stuff coming, and you could smell the thing from half a mile away.
What about things like the raw mop herrings and?
Oh, I can't do it. I just literally can't eat those things anymore.
Dean says, "What will Phil seal the lightning weathering in with?"
He doesn't.
Nothing.
I don't seal. I always leave them unsealed, purely so it sort of has the natural luster still. Although we did give this a coat of thingy. I don't know. Could probably overcoat it with that. It worked quite well. The Hataka gloss didn't seem to affect it.
Problem is, if you seal things in it, quite often takes away what you've
Yeah, you lose the
the fix that
luster.
you've gone for, especially with pigments and things.
I think I found a lead on stencils. Barracuda cast. Do you like Barracuda cast? They do the resin. They do.
All right.
They do a set of stencils for lightning, but where you get them from, I don't know. Leopardmodels.com have got some looks of it.
Jeff72 says he sent you a message on the forum. When you get a chance, please, Phil.
Right.
That's
Okay.
actually. Yeah. Lightning decals, I've always used the kit ones, but the older epic kit decals are a bit thin.
Tony says easily sold. Phil migrate to Australia. Or Tony,
Can you do like Coca-Cola do and make a syrup of like concentrated
Concentrate syrup,
fluids?
and then somebody can just water it down when it gets to the other end.
Yeah.
or Tony, you could come to UK.
Yeah. Excellent place for a holiday in October and November.
I have got relations in Australia that I've never met, that my folks have. So perhaps I have to go and see them and take a suitcase full with me.
Problem is, this time of year into Australia, it's too hot, isn't it?
It is getting into summer because I'm seeing Chris put pictures of his swimming pool up on his barbecues and I'm getting very jealous.
Right.
Oh, that looks lush.
Let's have a go with the Mark Fit Strong stuff and see if it melts my
Oh.
paintwork.
Do it on the underside first, eh?
Don't think we'll be using their brush, that's for certain. It's a bit big.
Well, they got like the fat brush you get
Yeah,
in the
it's
white
a giant
top
brush,
lid.
isn't it?
Useless, them brushes.
Jake says, anyone got the new Vallum C46?
No, we were getting it in though, aren't we?
Yeah.
Due in.
And we had a pre-order on them.
Yeah.
Is that sort of rounded,
Yeah.
bulbous looking transport aircraft?
Yeah.
It's a fat
Yeah, we've got
version of a
pre-order.
Dakota.
Right.
The
I think I've
problem
seen
is
those on that.
it's been a bit lean at the moment for new kits coming out, but all of a sudden they seem to be all rocking up at the same time.
It is funny how late summer's like always like the dead season, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we've had the 7-second Spitfire Hurry Story and the Edard Hines just literally come in. So I'll be sending out invoices for the pre-orders on them tomorrow. I've had a few messages from people because we put them up for sale yesterday, but they came in last thing on Friday, so too late for me to do the send the invoices out. Plus, with all the orders we've had from this, it just like gives us a bit of chance on Monday, Tuesday to catch up and try and get some of the get most of the orders out from this weekend. There's lots.
Oh.
Lots. So answers on the postcard. How many grey hairs can you count on that head?
Oh, found the this is the build I wanted to do at the Easter weekend, but I couldn't find the clear parts. I found the clear parts for my Hellcat.
Oh, right.
Making him super conscious that he'll be phoning Leslie and getting him to get him some
Just for men.
just for men. Yeah. Come in Monday with jet black hair.
It could be worse. He could be needing regain.
Yeah, that's one of the benefits of being a man is allowed to age much more gracefully than women, aren't they? Oh, right. What colour is-
YK4 6 was it? It says I'm looking for Vallum B26. I don't think the Vallum B26. Just quick. 1 second.
218.
You can't get them anymore.
Can
No, because Fallon's one of them where they've got, I think they've got the resin moulds. So
you? Right, and then they go out of.
it's that, yeah.
So you'll be looking on the second-hand market then for that.
You are.
You'll be looking on the second-hand market for them then, won't you?
If you're in the UK, I love King kits for used kits. I think they're really good.
Yeah.
I would say the shipping is about the same cost as PM. They always come really quick within a couple of days.
Sorry, I just think myself.
Yeah, so, yeah, second-hand for the B26, but the C46, we've had on pre-order for a while, the Commandos, and we should be getting them in soon, so keep a look out on the site, and we should get them in. Yeah, the Mesa 109 is basically it's changing the hues on the rust because the mahogany it's put down is like a base colour for rust. And then Matt's then just like using different rust colours. So when he chips back of his top colour, you'll see different hues of rust shining through. Because obviously rust isn't one colour; it's all different. So it just like it'll be the beginning of his weathering process. Like I said, it's just remembering where you've done it to it instead. I mean, it doesn't matter because then you say rust is dark light and
Well, the thing is, it
colours
keeps it
anyway,
random,
so-
doesn't it? That's the whole point. You don't really
Yeah.
want to know where it all is because it makes it more random.
Yeah.
You know what the trouble with the human is just trying to, make everything work.
Yeah,
But so in some ways, it's quite nice not having the clue where you've been because that way it's all a surprise when you chip through it.
yeah. I mean, there's different ways of doing it. You can do it pre like this and then paint over and you see it through, or you can do it post afterwards and add it. There's different ways of doing it. It's just like different ways, different techniques, and yeah. Does look cool though.
Oop, there's my seat. Right, let's stick me doors on. Got to remember how they go on, all right.
Oh, that's a bit of a job. That's a fiddly one on the line.
Kimble says, upcoming Flory team, a Stormsdorg challenge and spirit of upcoming Nordic Sig next year.
Yeah, can I drink
We'll have a
Scandinavian beer instead?
yeah, Scandinavian beer. Yeah.
Can I have a Heineken? That's about my limit.
Hey,
I'll say.
Salzburg.
All right, Carlsberg. What's the difference?
Roger says, do we sell that rust kit
100
and
miles.
Matt is using? No, we don't. Not yet.
No, the Gen 3 stuff's coming soon, actually.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Watch this space.
Right, I think we're going to go with the old super glue job on this.
White taste 46. The door kits I seem to I want seem to be discontinued. So that's the reason why I have big stashes, so you can buy them when you see them, and then.
That is sod's law, isn't it? When you want to do something, it's gone. What is that? Fire.
Pete says that they have a nice vegan and drac in at Newark Air Museum.
It goes. Let's have a link up with.
Problem is it the Draken that's just in green?
Yeah, it's a Danish one.
Danish one
Yeah.
they've got, aren't they?
Yeah,
it's
and we've
shame
got
it's-
Swedish
I
pigments.
mean, it's in immaculate condition.
Right.
It looks like
If you're doing a
it's
Hellcat radial, would you do it in aluminium or dark iron?
I do dark iron and then dry brush it.
Well, that Danish green scheme is great for weathering, isn't it? Because that kind of really fades, doesn't it?
Yeah, Phil's been using that was it Mark Set? Tammy Mark Set, isn't it, Phil?
Yeah, I've never used it before. It's only on a tiny thing, so I don't know how it's going to work out. But
Has it gone down all right?
well, it seems to have. But to be honest, it's not probably a fair test when it's only actually done that. It's done the tiniest little tiny bit. Hold on, change the camera. Yeah, it's
Not
literally
merged
just
paint
done
right
the canopy barring. The rest of them I'll do by hand, but yeah.
Not killed your paint though, has it? Or
No, it hasn't melted me paint, so we'll just see what happens. Normally,
Yeah,
obviously, I'd
definitely.
use X28 on that.
Their deco adhesive's great. I love that stuff.
Never tried it.
It says Andy suggesting big stashes for ever the salesman. You can't beat having a big stash.
So,
Keeps us in tea and biscuits.
wise words from Andy. Bigger the stash, the better. That's what I'm telling myself anyway.
It didn't work. Let's try putting glue on that, shall we?
Fungus Heater 40, Ammo MIG Light Rust Washes are great putters.
Right, here we go. Get the makeup.
Brian
brush out.
says Carlsberg comes out the river near me. River Neme.
Carlsberg is made in Leeds, isn't it?
Yeah, the Draken they've got is the Vigan's huge. You don't realise how big it is, do you, until you see it in person. Sat next to the Javelin, isn't it?
Yeah, it's sort of tucked in the back last time. I was
Yeah,
there.
which in itself is a massive aircraft.
I'm toying with maybe a Norwegian F-16. Not sure yet what to do for that SIG. I'm not sure what. Finland got MiG-21s, didn't they?
Yeah.
Do anything you like. It can. It doesn't have to be a Swedish manufacturer, sort of Nordic manufactured thing. It just needs to be operated by one
Yeah,
of the
that country.
countries. Say we've had this similar before. You're not allowed to do German stuff based in Norway in the war. Danish
It's-
F-16.
Peter says, hello, hi from Japan. Good to catch up with you live, 7 p.m. here.
There you go.
Hi, Peter.
Japan, love Japan.
Dan says, good morning, fellas. Just wanted some advice from someone who's recently got back into hobby. Bought a cheapo airbrush from Amazon and are happy with the results, but wondering if it's worth upgrading to a better one. Is the case of chasing finishing returns. What are the benefits of a fancy one? Longevity, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ease of getting spare parts. A bit like Phil mentioned yesterday, is that the cheap ones work all right for a while, but then once you start using lacquer paints and things, they wear out quicker. The seals aren't designed for probably aren't designed for lacquer paints,
Yeah.
and just don't have the
Just like a finesse.
longevity of a better one.
Yeah, it can be a little bit of a false economy as well. We're getting that. It's that thing where they do work. Don't get me wrong. You know, I'm not saying they don't work and they're rubbish and all the rest of it, because clearly they do. It's just that over the space of you know, your money you're spending, you could buy once and that's your job, and you don't really need any more, and you're good to go. Or, as you say, you can keep having to buy bits and stuff and all this various things. You know. Sometimes I just think it's better to buy once, buy right, than it is to keep messing around with it.
I mean, the better quality airbrush is just a bit smoother. The mechanism, when you're pulling the trigger back, it tends to be lighter and smoother. But you can be lucky and get a really good generic one, can't you? I think the quality control in the factory is just not there, so you get shocking, really shonky ones. Or you sounds like you're lucky that you've got a decent one. But by all means, keep it. I mean, it's like getting a cheap guitar versus an expensive guitar. It's not going to make you better at airbrushing. It's just going to make the process a bit easier.
Yeah, like we said before, it's that thing. Sometimes you can be fighting with a piece of equipment because it's just generally not very good. But if you don't know, you might think it's just you. Because I've known people who struggled with airbrushes, and I'm one as well. Because airbrushing to me was a real, something that didn't come easy. You know, and then obviously I found an airbrush that I really got on with, and then it became very straightforward. But to start with, I was messing around all the time with it, you know, clogging up and not working and this, that and the other. And then eventually changed airbrushes, and literally it was like night and day. You know?
Yeah.
This is me using my Smoky Eye Duo brush to do my engine.
My advice is buy at least 20 airbrushes.
Yeah. You get decent results out of a cheap airbrush. Hats off to you, and you probably, you know.
It definitely is a case of diminishing returns. I mean, like, I've got quite a few myself, but I mean, that's what 230, 240 quid.
An absolute waste of money, that one is. Don't bother with it.
It's not a waste of money.
It is.
But
they're not at all. They're good airbrushes, no problem. I've got one over there. It's 480 quid.
yeah,
It's crap.
half the price. This is
We don't sell airbrushes, unfortunately, Chris. So no, not from us.
yeah. This is a Evolution. This is the Evolution Silverline.
Yeah.
So it's got like an adjuster on the back. But in an Evolution, that's half the price. But most of the internals are exactly the same as that. So for half the price, this is obviously a better value. But then for slightly cheaper, this is the Pro Convoy, which is slightly cheaper than the Evolution, and it sprays beautifully. Really, really does.
That's what you need.
Yeah, Pro Convoy is a really value for money. I think that's very hard to beat for just over £100 mark. Really are hard to beat.
Procon or Iwata, they're the ones.
Badger all the way.
Evolution, harder and steam, but 2-in-1. Still on that from 10 years ago.
It's one of those things that when you've been doing it for a while, you end up with.
Yeah, you do. A couple of airbrushes.
That's my first ever proper airbrush.
Still got it. Mine was a Badger 150. I think it's a Badger 150.
This is a Revel, which I think is a Badger Reeboks, I believe. And the second one was this, which is a Tamiya one, which I believe is a Iwata.
Is that the Iwata?
That's Iwata.
And Tamiya one.
Hey, yeah, you got one, haven't you?
Is it an HG?
HG, mine's an HF, which is like the very, I think it's got a 0.2.
Yeah, I think mine's an HG, but I've never used it. Never actually used it. To be honest, I've got I've got a couple of Badger airbrushes and actually quite like them. To be honest,
Yeah.
I've only got the Patriot here.
It's a Badger.
Yeah,
And
it's all right.
That's on the wrong end, but hey, that should be on that end. But
you know what? Saying that, I've just took my cap off and don't know what I'm blooming done with it. What have you done? Oh man, what?
me and Matt normally shoot these across the room at each other.
What have we just done with that?
They do fly well, don't they, Matt?
Oh, it's on the end of it. What am I doing? Not put it back on the end. I'm looking for something that's even on it. What a muppet.
I always keep mine on the back end when I'm not using it. When I'm not.
Yeah, they are, because they've got no sort of protector on them, have they?
No.
You know, like a needle guard, I suppose. So, but these are, what are these? And on the blue ones, what did we say there was? The blue, because they come with different, these paint
That's
strips.
0.5 into it.
This is like, this proper chucks it out, but it's brilliant for clear coating and
Yeah, priming and stuff.
priming and stuff. It's ideal because it's
Yeah.
got a real big needle and setup in it. It don't have to chuck the stuff out.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I now have a rusty tank. So what I'm going to do is give it a coat of chipping fluid. I don't know if you've worn effects or heavy chipping. I don't know how. I don't want it sort of derelict, so I might go for worn effects. Can't decide.
Grimble says Nathan has just assembled IKEA furniture. Yeah, funny enough, you should say that. Nathan's very adept at assembling IKEA furniture.
Oh, well, yeah. IKEA's the future. Oh, yeah. You get IKEA furniture, you know it's going to fit together.
As long as you order it.
Yeah. So when you have one screw left over, you're like, what have I done?
Yeah, it is, isn't it, when you've got one at.
Yeah, so all these bits left over, is it me or them?
Oh, yeah.
What
Right,
colour's
chipping fluid.
the engine wall on a Hellcat, I wonder?
Peter Pipkin says, question for Phil. A while back, you showed some product that you used when you have an accident with super glue, like spurting it onto your desk, get onto skin. What is it?
Just a debonder. Which mine is here somewhere, since I've done my clean up. I've lost it. Here it is. Hold up. It's that. Just, you could get it for every manufacturer does a debonder. So all you do, if you stick it anywhere, you put debonder and it turns it all to really soft glue, and you can usually roll it off and get rid of it. But also, if you're using it on your model, if you've got like, you know, you've used it like for adding a bit and it's squirted out, you can literally just give it a rub on a cotton bud with this and it will take it off. Be careful though around acrylic paints, it take acrylic paint with it. But,
Yeah, basically acetone, isn't it?
But yeah, you should always, if you are working with super glue, out of, you know, I've been caught before, you should have a bottle of this somewhere around. I'd say I'm still scarred down in here on my wrist where I stuck myself to the cutting bench and had to cut myself free because I didn't have a bottle of this available.
So if you're working with super glue or you're a police officer on the M25,
Yes,
Yeah, debonder.
absolutely.
always have a bottle of debonder. Dan says, what is the most common brand I've heard recommended? I may just run the cheap one to the ground and treat myself. Yeah, nothing wrong. It's fair. The cheap one you've got, I mean, eventually you might find it perfect for doing stuff like priming. You don't need a fantastic one for priming. It's when you're doing thinner things, like, you know, start doing hand doing camo and things that you need something a bit more controllable.
Again, the thing is like we said, I know people who use a cheap airbrush, and we had this conversation yesterday, I know, but it's that thing where it's fine and it's lasted years for them and they've really got lucky. But then I know other people who've had a cheap airbrush, and I've had cheap ones in the past as well, and they literally last 5 minutes and they either just give up or, you know, the parts inside just, it becomes almost gritty and it's difficult to spray with. So, you know, at that point, you're sort of thinking to yourself, well, look, a bit of a false economy, this one. I think I need to, you know, spend a little bit more money. But if you've got an airbrush and it's working for you, then stick at it. Don't change it. You know, that's the thing. No one's saying that you need to go out and spend a absolute fortune on it or anything else like that, because clearly if it's working, you don't.
Dan says just ordered some Mr. Colour paint from yourselves. Hopefully I don't balls up my F18E that I've just started. Sure you'll be fine.
You'll be alright, you'll be good.
Just make sure you thinned your paint. Well,
Yeah.
it's but I always keep saying it's difficult to say how much or how thick your paint or thin your paint needs to be, because it all depends on air pressure, needle size,
Distance.
or just practice on a piece of plastic card or a buster or something, just so that you know you got your flow right coming out. Don't try it on a piece of tissue paper, a piece of kitchen roll or something, because that soaks in and you can't tell whether or not it's too thin and you're going to get spidering or whatever. Do it on a piece of hard plastic or something, or an old kit, so you can see whether or not you got your air pressure too high or your paint too thin. If you do start getting spidering, just turn your air pressure down, or sort of, thicken it up a bit.
I mean, you can spray on
Right.
anything plastic, even if it's just
Yeah.
like a water bottle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
If
you've
as soon as it
probably
starts,
Don't mix your paint in the colour cup, innit, Matt?
Don't do that. Bad habit to do that.
don't do what we all do.
Mix it up in a
Right.
separate.
raid your recycling bin for an old shampoo bottle or something and just test spray on that.
Dave Broughton says, one for the team. This is a contentious one. I decided early not to go to Telford this year. What with everything going on, how long did the team realise Telford this year was a no-no?
No comment.
Then
I'll tell you what we'll do is we'll talk about this after it's been on, but to be honest, it's not my point to say, and I'm not allowed, but there's factors at play. That's all I'm going to say. Said too much. It's not me, it's you.
It wasn't down to one reason, was it?
No.
No,
There's various factors that have come into play to.
You know, it's one of those things. Don't get me wrong. Like, we would love to be there and everything else like that. It's just from a team's point of view. When we spoke about it, you know, not being funny, Andy is suffering long COVID and is not particularly well at the moment. Our partners aren't that happy about doing it, as a lot of you know. Mine works in A&E, so she's not exactly happy about it. So, you know, and it's one of those things where we're not the only ones who feel this way, and it's got nothing to do with other things we've spoken about in the past about, you know, obviously the way traders are treated and stuff like that. But, you know, obviously we have spoken to other traders and bits and pieces about it, and I'm hopeful it'll be a good success and a good show, but it's really not just for us this year, you know.
And that's the end of the comments. Don't say nothing else, any of you now. That's it. We're done.
Yes.
Move on.
You know, don't get me wrong, it's a shame. I've been doing it for, crikey, what I think we were saying, this is our 10th year.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Rob says, what would be the best 48 Hellcat? I'm not allowed to work with resin. Edard, without a doubt.
Edard.
The 72 one that I've got in my hands right now is lovely.
Yeah, I've got I did the 48 scale one, couple of bits back.
But my
Looking at what to do with this.
my Buster is an
Fire
Edard,
relieving.
which was thanks to my wife. I knocked it off the shelf and broke it, so my Buster.
Buster it became.
One of the things I think I've got must have 7 Edard kits in my stack. Hellcats. 2 of them are granted a dual combos. I must have 6 or 7. How are kits for decals? Are they any good quality?
Yeah.
Yeah, right, aren't they?
Yeah, they're alright. Yeah, just some nice schemes as well. They do. Yeah, some good stuff.
Man Meg says SMS lacquer paints, Australian made, are pre-thinned for airbrushing. We don't get them over here, do we? Not a,
No, same reason why.
yeah.
All the stuff ain't new.
I must admit, I'm not a fan of the actual pre-thinned paints. I like to thin them myself. You know, because technically, if you have a particular style of airbrushing and all the rest of it, you know, you can't, because you can't really thin it anymore because the chance might be too thin, and you can't thicken it up. Oh, hello, who's disappeared?
I'll just catch up with
Matt's just
chatting.
dropped out.
Hold on. Again.
Matt just disconnected himself.
Who? Me?
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's alright, alright, you're back. It's alright.
I meant to mute myself. Press the wrong button.
Whoops.
Right, pylon's on and we're pretty much getting there.
Mojo boosting plane model 148 preferably. Any recommendations? If you want something cheap and cheerful, the Airfix P40 148 is a good Mojo build. It was for me. Went together well, easy to build. If you want something, yeah, the Tamiya 48 F16s are really nice builds. Go together well. Anything else from anyone else?
F4U Corsair by Tamiya. Or
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
47.
pretty much all the Tamiya stuff's all very nice. Again, even
Yeah,
just down to this little Lightning I'm working on now. It's the Airfix one. I know you can't get it at the moment, but hey ho.
You've
The
got to,
Airfix, Tamiya P51.
to get your Mojo working, though, you've got to be interested in it, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Building something random, that's where my interest sort of wanes, if I'm honest. That's my thought on that anyway. Just build what you love. No matter what kit it is, I think if you're interested in the subject, I think you're more likely to sustain the interest. I've lost a bit here, so what does the bit of scratch build in?
Yeah, Ted says he's not going to Telford, too crowded for the current situation.
Yeah, so for me personally, because I work in a college, COVID's not the thing. I don't know. But I understand people that don't want to be in a room full of people when COVID going around.
Lee said when you buy aftermarket decors, make sure it comes with all decors, which is quite a good point actually, because sometimes they come with the squadron markings, etc. They don't always come with the, say, rondels or the stars and bars.
No,
It's better to use the ones out of the kit. Which, if the reason why you're buying them is because you haven't got the kit ones, can sometimes be a bit of a problem. Yeah, Pete says Tamiya P51, Spitfire, Corsair, Mozzie. Yeah, they're all. Yeah.
Top kits.
Frederick says Spitfire, Edard Spitfire Mark 8. 48 definitely Mojo builder. Yeah, it depends on whether you want. I suppose if you did the weekend edition, it would be. If you did a Profi pack, yeah, sometimes they're a bit. You get a bit hung up on the photo etch and stuff, don't you? But
Talking of photo etch, how are you getting on, John?
Oh, bloody vague instructions.
have you pulled all your hair out yet?
There's one bit, and it just got an arrow pointing to the cockpit, and it's not really clear exactly where it goes.
Who says it? Is that the NH detail one?
Yeah, I might just leave it off. I've got my reference book, my WWP Pine book, and I can't. There's not many photos of the A version, but I can't. This bit that I can't find where it goes. I can't see exactly what it is in the photos that are actually in the book, so I might just leave it off.
But you ain't got as many reference books on that as you have on a Stuka.
I forgot about 3 or 4 books on the Hind, I think.
Oh right, okay. What did you have on the Stuka?
I've got a big pile on the Stuka. I've got half a dozen or more, haven't I?
Andrew Rugman says, can you put Tamiya lacquer thinners in Flory models empty bottles? Yes, you can.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like to point out, obviously on sale at the bargain price of, can't remember now, bargain price of just £3.95. So these have got the better tops. These come with the screw tops.
I think we've sold out, have we? Or
Well, I haven't got any of them.
can we get them back in quick?
So yes, they're hot.
Very handy, John. Very handy.
How long have you had them?
Oh, only about 3 years.
Ages.
Seriously, we've had about 3 years now. Been doing it.
John,
People
do you mean-
kept asking
do
and
you mean
asking
one?
and asking. And it was like, all right, we'll do it. Yes, that's the ones. They are. They're HDPE, which means they're pretty much impervious to everything, to life itself. Right.
Just looking through the forum one, see if anyone has asked any questions, and just talking about airbrushes. Nigel's having problems with his internet.
Yo, what's Alexa bought?
Yeah, so that's nice.
Trying to think what's coming today. What's coming today off
It's your
Amazon?
house like ours, so you get a daily delivery.
Yeah, probably. That's the problem with
Right.
Amazon Prime, though, isn't it? Just
826. What's
oh, sorry for the chat when it turns up with 50 pence worth of something on a Sunday
Yeah.
or a bank holiday.
Yeah, between Next and Amazon, we're pretty much daily deliveries here.
Sam
60.
Sam Jones says, after finishing that mini base SU33, does look a handful, that does, and building the Edard 109E, nice little kit to get the old mojo going.
Yes. Yes, I was following along with that build. You do sort of look like you're losing the will to live with that one.
Yeah.
One of the guys mentioned that he's seen that quite a few shows, noticed that a lot of model shows are being, and wargame shows are being announced as going ahead in October, November.
They are coming back, aren't they?
Yeah, I think the shows are all coming back now. It seems to be the way. Again, I think it's personal choice. It's that thing. Don't think, as you say, I wouldn't read too much into it, people. It's just a bit of personal choice. That's why we do these shows, so we can still be all together.
Yeah, I think
Because obviously, there is other factors in costings. Like we said before, it's all very well if you live 10 minutes away from the show, but when you live 300 miles away, you have to factor in all your fuels back and forth, cost of actually doing the show, all the bits and pieces that go with it. It's not just straightforward popping around the corner to do a model show. So
I've seen the Yeovil ones on, I think the 24th of October, so that's
yeah, they
only
were
like,
talking about it yesterday. Yeah.
that's only like 45 minutes from me, so I might pop over just out of interest.
Mm-hmm.
Roger Rawson says, just an idea. This is something we used to do a long time ago. Just an idea. Went to show last week. Another member, Nigel Williams, was there. Don't know him, but if members had Flory badge, we would recognise members for a chat, etc.
Yeah,
We used that a while ago, didn't we?
And hold on, if you wait 2 seconds, let me just paint this little thing, and I will be right there.
If you buy some sanders from Phil this weekend.
Actually, I think we're going to be out. I can get some more done. It's not a problem. And to be honest, when we do the turkey shoot thing, we are going to have a very limited edition badge is going to come along for a certain anniversary. But we do have. I'm wearing one. I know you've seen it, but I've got a sack of badges which I've had done, which are these ones, which. I can't remember. We gave it away last year, not last year, the year before I think it was, and everybody was wearing them at Telford, wasn't it? So anybody who came to Telford, they got a poster, some sanders, and a few bits and pieces, and we were giving these away free. And it's these ones. So you just have it, little small one.
I think I've got a bigger version of that.
Yeah, we did. We did a bigger version, and this is the one that we gave away free at Telford. So members could spot each other instead of having to like drop a trouser leg and show a nipple or something.
Yeah, I'm sure I've got a white one somewhere.
But we were doing it as a poster. One year we did, that was it. The year before that we did the bigger badge, which is a white one with a poster, wasn't it? Which is the Matt was drawing on yesterday.
Is that's the poster into there?
Yeah, that's the poster there. Yeah, the big one.
With the bigger badge.
Yeah.
I think the white badge was stuck on the other side of it, where the blue tank, where the white tank is, but it's fallen off somewhere.
I'm also looking to get done, as I say, because we've got a certain anniversary of the company coming up soon. A one for that as well, which will actually be like a pin badge. It would actually be one of those with the butterfly back ones, like an enamel one. We're looking at that as well, but waiting to hear back on costings of that one. Right, well, I think if I can glue this in, which I probably need a bit of thicky glue for this. Thicky glue. Always a way. We're pretty much done with the lightning.
Is it finished?
Oh God, typical, I haven't got my lighter here today either. Hold on. Let me just stick my seat in.
Nigel says, I'm easy to spot. I always wear my Ford Mustang cap. That's unless you go to a Ford Mustang convention and everyone's got Ford Mustang caps on.
Yeah.
So,
What you need to do is go to a Ferrari one with it on.
yeah.
Or a Jag. Jaguar, they like their wearing the stuff, don't they? The brollies, whatever.
Neil says, are Flory badges like Blue Peter ones? How do you get a gold Flory badge, for example?
Well, this is it, see. Get the gold standard badge.
That's an idea, Phil.
What, for the badges? Yeah.
Gold ones.
Gold ones.
Gold membership badges for 25 years service.
Yeah, that's it. For everybody who's made it as long as they've been on. We've still got, I think we've got around about 20 who have been a member non-stop right the way through. We've had members come and go, obviously, but we've also got members who have literally done the test of time.
I've got an idea. You ought to do it like wedding anniversaries. So for every 10 years, you get whatever the equivalent of your wedding anniversary would be. I never know what it is. Apparently, 10 years is blooming tin.
Is it?
Yeah, because we got a tin as a joke for our 10-year wedding anniversary the other week. So, yes.
There we go.
So there's an idea, isn't it?
Don't know about a tin. I'd give Leslie the Victoria Cross.
Are you dear? She has Purple Heart, Victoria Cross. She is like a
George Cross.
North Korean.
David says to get a gold one, you have to buy slightly more kits from PM than Andy has in his stash.
Yes.
No.
Roger says at 73, I don't think I have 10 more years left.
I've got an idea. It's to obey the rules of all the group builds and not try and twist them
Yeah, that's it.
to fit your stash.
Yes.
Chris says, as an air cadet officer here in Oz, you get a 5-year and 10-year certificates, and a medal at 15, and a bar every 5 years after. My first bar this time next year. I get my first bar this time next year. David says 15 years is something or other, whatever my wife bought on the card for me last year.
To be honest,
I am to here.
I'm not up on actually what things are, you know, when you do edit, but if I'd have actually known it was tint, you would have got some Humbrol paint.
Hey, did you know when your wedding anniversary is?
I have to ask. Because I do forget. I just know it's not far from Lydia's birthday, so...
Hey, I forgot it's my mum's birthday. It was my mum's birthday last week.
That's bad.
Still haven't found it yet.
Perhaps you should, hey.
Yeah, but then I think the longer I leave it, then the work less it gets. Yeah.
What's on the lunch menu today then, Pete?
I don't know. I don't have one. I got no staff here today. It's just me.
Oh no.
We're having a chicken Sunday dinner.
Oh yeah.
We're having one later. Well, I've
Yeah,
got one to
roast.
get out.
My God.
Yeah. Sunday roast.
Got lamb shanks.
Ooh, what are you having, John?
Lamb shanks later.
Lamb shanks. Nice.
We're having hours at dinner time, so the show can take Ladder back to
Right, now I've got
back
mine
to university.
tonight after we've finished here, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, Lynn's working this morning, so I've been all on me Todd.
Have you got the lamb in, cooking slow and long?
We'll have it later on, tea time.
He's got Sam's got a gaming society thing this afternoon, and then a climbing society thing on the climbing wall tonight.
Yeah, that's cool.
Well, at least he's keeping active with all this stuff.
Yeah. Busy young man, isn't he? So after funny uni.
Roger's off because his local garage has had a delivery, he said.
If they have a phone around, have they, in the local area? Quick, the tanker's just pulled up.
Yeah.
Got tanker spotted. Brings a whole gear. Kristen Negler watch, doesn't it?
There you go. Christopher's a convert to Gen 3 paints. He's doing a figure apparently. And he likes them. Good.
Peter Pipkins says,
Yes.
I'm going to read this as it's posted, because which live will have the guy from Airfix on?
Next one.
Sorry.
Next one. 2 till 5 this afternoon UK time.
Yeah. He'll be on until he gets bored. Then he'll be off
Yeah.
To
to debrief with his boss.
Stay on.
RAC says, what's the best acrylic paint maker?
Acrylic paint. It's going to be Gen 3 in it, Matt? No?
Depends what you're using it for. So is this for spraying, brushing, or what?
Vallejo in the old, I don't know.
Will Flory Models do a review of the Hobby Boss Hind 24 and 48 when it comes in? Probably.
Never got bothered about that. It's rubbish.
Yes, he will.
Gen 3 paints in yet. They are coming. They'll be in before Christmas. Ain't long.
Honest.
Lots of stuff. Now they will. We're getting them in. So they're going to get the figures. These are individuals, not the sets. The figures, the AFV, and the aircraft, because they've converted them now, which we was waiting for, isn't it?
Yes.
So Yes, they will be in. So that's good. What's that about? The trumpeter what?
Hind.
I don't know. I thought it was out by now. I haven't seen nothing of it. It's gone a bit quiet.
Mm.
One of the guys,
That's the one.
Lee says, Matt, was there anything about the 48th, Airfix 48th book that frustrated you quite a lot? Have you built one?
Me? No, I think he means
Yeah.
Nathan.
Yeah, Nathan's built one. Matt's got some, but
Mm.
No, I'm selling mine. Look, let me just show you.
anything frustrating about it, Nathan?
There's one in here, look.
What, a Morphy Richards coffee pot set?
Yeah, look. Well, with good 4 decals, I'm open to offers, so shout up. It is complete. Oh, hold on. It's got airways etch. There is quite a few bits off the sprue, resin seats. But it is here. It is complete. There you go. There's a 48 book, and I want rid of it.
So what you starting the bidding at?
Only for Flory members, but you know it's got notes. So if you want
Yes.
it, shout up in chat.
The
Right.
issues you're going to have on that kit are the joins on the intakes and the engines.
Just-
The banana fuselage thing's an easy fix.
When Matt says, "Do you want?" If you want it, what it means is, if you want to make an offer on it.
Oh yeah, I'm not giving it away. You've got to buy it. Right, how do you think I am? Charity. This is my personal one, not PM's.
Oh. Right, anyway, I have finished, because I'm good like that, my lightning after many, many weeks working on this little guy. Shall I do the reveal?
Yeah.
Here we have our finished off lightning. He's still a little bit wet in certain areas, so I have to be a little bit careful. But I have to say, very, very nice. We've been working on this for how long, Matt?
I've lost count now. I don't know why.
Probably over a year. Been doing it on live shows only, so I've only ever touched it when we've done a live show.
Yeah.
So yes, that's it. I haven't actually glued the canopy down yet because I'm not sure about the glue. So when we flip it over, it should fall off. There we go. Anyway, there's the bottoms all done.
Has it
Little
got
bit of
sticky
light
wrap?
weathering.
I'm just thinking you've missed a trick with that though. You could have done it in flight with the refueling probe, and it would have been good to go with your VC10.
It would. But I've got all your fantastic models for the going into the VC10, so it's fine. So there we go. That's my finished build. Not a bad weekend this weekend. I've got tons done. So for the Lightning, happy with that. As I say, I will glue the canopy down once the seat's dry, but it's got wet glue in there, and I'm a bit paranoid about it fogging up. But there we go. I don't know what I'll be building for the next live stuff. That will be the question.
Going Doc RF. Sorry, Going Doc RF says, do any other folk make historically inaccurate models? For example, I built an F117 in RAF colours and a Concorde in German ones just for fun.
Yeah, that's what if, isn't it? That's what you could be doing that for the group build next year.
Yes.
That sort of business. I generally don't, to be honest.
I generally don't either, but
Just a thing. I mean, I'm tempted to do a growler in German markings as a what might be, but I generally don't. There's no reason
I was
why.
going to say, I think that's a bit more than a what might be. The order's gone through, isn't it?
Well, it's got sort of held up with German elections, so the new government, whoever that may be, might kibosh it. But it's very likely. I would say, I don't know for sure, but they've just they haven't decided who's won yet, have they? Really? It's one of those that might not happen. It might. Just depends. But yeah, I think it'd be quite cool to do a sort of a growler with German markings. But I mean, it's a whole genre of modelling. What if, isn't it?
Yes.
yeah.
Just tend not to do it. I mean, all my models are historically inaccurate, if I'm brutally honest. Not quite right. All of them are a bit wrong. But,
He also says, recently bought some Tamiya tape for curves and wasn't impressed with it. Ended up making my own masks. Always thought you can't go wrong with Tamiya. It works if you know its limitations. You can't. so it's still gonna pull up if you do really tight curves with it, and especially thicker stuff. They do a lot of thinner stuff now, don't they, Matt?
Yeah, but just in normal tape.
Hmm.
They're like the normal masking tape they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do 1 mil, 2 mil, 3 mil or something, is it? I can't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, the masking tape for curves. I mean, it's just a vinyl, same as the 3M stuff, isn't it? It's
Yeah, I tend to use that for rescribing now.
Yeah.
Say that.
It's a pinstriping tape, isn't it?
Yeah, I think we all jumped on it when it first came out, and it.
I don't know, I don't mind it.
Yeah.
Depends what you're doing with it. That's what it is.
Apparently my Lightning can't be refueling because it's too early, which is true because I haven't even put the refueling probe on it because the reference photo I had didn't have it, so I thought I'm not going to put it on either. Nothing to do with I didn't open up the holes under the wings.
Kim Rimble says, no badge, no problem. Just get the Flory logo tattooed to your buttocks. That means you got to walk around shows with their chaps on, so you can.
Yeah, leather hosens on, you'll be fine. On that note, just over at Instagram, don't forget you can still get your work all shown and everything. Just put in here hashtag official Flory models, and you'll appear in here apparently. We've got a very nice one here. This
Put
is
that on full screen.
that is full screen.
Why is it? I can't see
Because
it.
it's a stupid way Instagram works. Hold on, I might be able to make it bigger if I do this. There we go. Is that better?
Yeah.
There you go. Right, okay, so this is the 72nd Avenger by Sword Models in flight.
Well,
That's cool.
How cool's that? That's a brilliant job. I like the prop as well. Did you flick it or is that a blurred prop?
That's really good.
That's very
See,
good.
that prop actually looks quite good, doesn't it?
Yeah, I was going to say, has he flicked it though and then taken the photo?
What different? It doesn't matter, does it?
No, but no, it's very, very good. If he has flicked it and done it, it has worked really, really well. So there you go. That's actually a cracking build. Really like that.
Yeah.
Very, very nice. Good job. Next up, we've got the, this is the IBG. Yeah, it is. IBG 35th scale refueler truck. Mac did the Mini-Me version.
I did a little one. I did. I like that.
So where'd you get the photo to scroll across?
Do you know, criticising obviously that build by any stretch of the imagination. I'm criticising IBG. Wiper blades. How can you miss out the bloody wiper blades off the kit? It's just ridiculous.
Yes.
That's cool though. I like that.
Yeah,
Very nice indeed. Nice job at the rear.
Yeah. Yeah, back in that.
Very nice. Cool build. Okay, that's Chappie did that one. Nice. Duxford in scale has done 72nd Tempest Mark 5.
Academy one.
Nice. Very, very
Do you know
nice.
what? That little Academy 72nd kit, apart from the decals, which are absolute rubbish, a really nice little kit.
Yes.
Really good little kit. Yeah.
Excellent. It is actually a really nice kit. Say, it looks nice. You overlook Academy 72nd stuff. That's the trouble.
Yeah, you do. Some of it is a bit iffy, but you know, that one especially, I think I've built the P47.
Yeah.
Really good kits. Like I say, you just got to get rid of the decals because they're just awful.
Definitely.
Oh, look, Ducati.
There you go. Done one of these myself as well. Tamiya Pringle, as I call it. Very nice job. Nice paint job on that as well.
Yeah.
Very, very nice.
Lovely.
Lovely job.
Very, very cool.
Need to tell me about some.
Little tip for you as well. Don't forget, you can get the little cases for it because I've got mine in a case and it's absolutely perfect for it because trying to dust that thing is a nightmare. So mine's in one of the little trumpeter cases. I know you got a little base for it here, but those cases are brilliant for it. So yes, very, very nice indeed. I think that's the last one. Yes, there we go. Oh no, how did we miss that one?
Yeah.
Sorry, we missed one. This is the Honda CBR.
Is that the Blackbird?
It is the Blackbird. I've only got one picture of it though.
Yeah.
So yes,
Cool.
very, very nice. Again, beautiful paint job. Very, very nice. And the metal work as well. The seat looks very, very pleathery.
Nice.
Very, very nice. Let me just make sure. Oh yeah, how comes it jumped? Sorry, we missed a few here. Phil, very nice 25th anniversary.
Yeah, Pinky.
Pinky and Berkey. Very nice. We've only got the one picture, unfortunately. Just make sure we haven't missed any more. No, that's yesterday's down in there. So well done, everybody. Remember, just use the old hashtag to official Flory models, and you can be seen just down in there like that. I've somehow got to put this back now. Oh Christ! Now we're really on the work.
Just a question for you, Phil.
Yes.
I know the answer, but Flory models. Just quick question. I'm going to order a set of washers. Who do you use for postage? Every time I have bought off eBay, and Hermes are involved, and the item never turns up.
Don't use Hermes.
Royal Mail, that, don't we?
Yeah, everything's done by Royal Mail and everything is tracked and signed. Obviously, you don't sign for it at the moment because of COVID, but you do get a photo of your front door normally and everything else like that. So, yes, obviously, we do first class or second class sign for on all deliveries. That goes for me at Flory Models and PM Models as well.
We do second class, we don't do first class. Everything's second class 48. Yeah, and ours is all picked up from us, isn't it?
Yeah, washes from me will probably go second class because of the weight, but if it's just literally a pack of sanders, they go first class. So
we have a lady called Rosie who comes and picks our deliveries up every day.
Has she got a friend called Jim?
Don't know, I've asked her.
That makes you two Tootle and Loopy Lobes or something. So, but yeah, so everything, as I say, I think Matt and obviously Andy will be in the same boat as me down in here. You're going to have to give us a couple of days to go through all the orders because we've got hundreds. So it's going to take us a few days to process the orders because it is me and my other half down here doing them. And then, so obviously we're going to have to process those, get them out to you and everything else. So if you don't get them next day, you know why. Because it's going to take us a couple of days to get them all done and sorted. Let's make our way through.
Yeah. All good.
So, all good. Right.
Lee says Matt needs a big cup of coffee. I think we're all flagging at the moment, but
Hey, I don't drink coffee. I'm brew, mate. That's what I'm going for. I'm brewing a Scotch egg.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, hey.
we've got some haggis.
There you go. Look,
There you go. Oh, he's on his burger crisp still.
Tyrrell's Burger Crisp. You need some of them, John. They're well nice. The co-op.
Yeah, you have to go to the co-op. They're limited edition to the co-op.
The co-op commission from the co-op plugging these through. Yeah, proper.
Very good. Right, okay then, guys. It's 12 o'clock. We will leave it right there. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. I'll try and get some photos of this in a minute and stick them up on Instagram and whatnot for a few more photos. We'll be back with you at 2 o'clock, where Pranjit will be joining us and talking all things Airfix, and he's going to go through. I'm going to have a go at putting this together whilst he's talking. That's my plan.
I'm going to do the Spitfire.
And then they can do the Spitfire, and the other guys will be in with us as well and answering questions and various things like it to the end of the show. Let's make our way through it. Don't forget, you can get all the bits and pieces for details about getting stock and stores and kits and everything are down below, as you've seen earlier as well. So we'll be back with you at 2 o'clock. So we'll just have a quick comfort break, I think they call them, and we'll be back with you very, very soon. Right, are we all done then, guys?
Yep.
Okay then, we are out of here. Where's my sound effects? There we go. We'll see you later, guys. Cheers.
Bye.